Oh yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, how was that, guys?
Not good.
Delicious. Oh, man, I sound like an alcoholic.
No, I love tequila, but it was warm and not cold.
So-
Had it been cold, it would have been great.
I just had something called the Star Blue vodka. Oh, there's still more in the bottle. Hold on one moment.
I busted out the 10-year scotch for this occasion.
Oh, you fancy.
Yeah, it's for Elder.
Okay. And then, Christina, what did you have?
Tequila.
Tequila. Okay, let's see the bottle.
Cuervo.
Nice.
Cheap.
Awesome.
Free from Vegas.
Well, everyone, if you just saw the episode like we all did, you know why we took a shot. Welcome to Witch Slapped. My name is Rowell.
I'm Christina.
And I'm Dani.
And tonight we are going to talk to you about episode 3 of Motherland for Salem's 3rd season called Oh, Elayne. Oh, Elayne.
Elayne.
Elayne. So this is the episode description. With the session marshal on their heels, the unit splits up. Scylla and Nicta attempt to draw the marshal away, while Tally, Abigail, and Adil meet an old ally. President Wade's political stance puts her in danger. And Motherland for Salem, Oh, Elayne was written by Ellie Edelson, and directed by Jem Gerard. All right, so before we begin, there is a scene in this episode where some of the witches, they go to Two Rivers Roadhouse. So that's why we got this. There's also, we should bring this up later, but I want to eat while we're talking about this. So Dani and I, no sponsor. But we went to
Although if you'd like to sponsor us Taco Bell, that's fine.
Right. We would welcome that.
got some nachos.
And I would have done that, but I ate earlier.
And Christina ate earlier.
Rowell, what kind of nachos did you get?
What did you get? What did you get, Dani?
I got the Nacho Del Grande with chicken instead of beef, and then lots of Diablo sauce because I like it spicy.
Okay, that is so funny because I don't eat beef or pork, so I also got the chicken. Wait, I also got the Nacho Del Grande. I substituted the beef for the chicken, and I got queso. Wait, I got chipotle sauce. This is my first time getting nachos there, so
wow.
I was gonna go to Chipotle, but they were closed today because like as you guys might know, we record these Monday, the day before the episode. So by the time you're watching this, the episode has already aired of Motherland. So I tried to go to Chipotle, but they were closed. Thankfully, Taco Bell is still open, so I was able to. Oh, this could be like a mukbang, huh? Okay, so we are going to talk about the episode. And so one of the first things that happened is that the marshals continued to track down the group, and then the group splits up. So Dani, can you talk about who's on each side of the two different groups, and then what are their goals?
Okay. So we see the whole group basically run into a dead end, and there's this like cliff, and it's a pretty far drop. And luckily, Scylla, with her quick thinking, she's like, "Oh my gosh, I have what's it called? Salva. I have salva on me." But unfortunately, she only had 3. So they're like, "Okay, so what are we gonna do now?" So Scylla's like, "You know what?" Scylla gave it to Adil and Tally and Abigail. Sorry, I'm like stuttering over my words. Must be that shot.
Already, girl?
I'm such a lightweight. I'm like all warm inside already. Anyway, I know. So yeah, Tally, Abigail, Adil, they get the salva, and then Scylla and Nicta head for the hills basically because they were like, we know the session. We've been in and out of it a ton of times. Like we can hide from them. And the group splits up with two different intentions. So we have Nicta and Scylla. They go off, and Scylla is going to try to contact Rael. And then we have Abigail, Adil, and Tally going to find Kalita.
And so Christina, so on Abigail, Tally, and Adil's side, they're on like this cliff or whichever, right? Is that where they separated?
Yeah.
And then what is that thing called? I don't know. What is that?
Salva.
Salva. Okay.
Mhm.
And I gotta say, I don't know if the episode that the version that we saw was the final version, but if you watch closely, when they all drop to the ground after taking the salva, you can see the wire for a second on Abigail.
Oh, I'm gonna have to watch that
Oh,
again.
Just a
what?
second.
I didn't catch
So
that.
it'll be interesting to see
Oh,
if that ends
man.
up in the just for a second.
In the air version.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if that ends up in the final cut, because I think the version that we saw was the final 4-air version, is what they call it. And then, so Christina, what can you say about like that side of the group?
The three that go off.
Yeah, the three that go off.
Well, they're trying to look for Kalita, and in doing so, they Abigail pushes Tally to use her sight in order, like, kind of to the as much as she can in order to find Kalita, and it ends up working somehow. I mean, not somehow, it's Tally Craven, but miraculously it works, and they are able to go to a place called Two Rivers Roadhouse. So yeah, they end up there.
Is there a reason why Tally is afraid to like use her power to like look that far into the future? Because she seems hesitant to like try to use that.
I feel like she just hasn't developed enough confidence in her abilities yet, especially because like we've seen her in the last couple of episodes where she's definitely lacking self-confidence. And she doesn't know where that site is going to take her, and she just had Nicta warning her about how you use it. So yeah, I think she was just a little fearful of what that power entails.
Okay. And then in the last episode of Witch Slapped, I had like a theory that Kalita might be dead and someone's using her face, but Adil used the little compass bloodstone thing. So I guess like since it's working, it means that she's still alive, right?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah.
And then like Christina said, Tally's vision brought them to the Two Rivers Roadhouse. And on the marquee, you can say, it says, let me pull it up, what I wrote down, sorry. On the marquee, oh my God, hold on.
It says, tonight, the one and only Elayne.
Right. So when I saw that, I don't know if I'm the only one, but I thought, because a few days ago, I mean, in the trailer, we see Alder in that bar and she's serving drinks. So when I saw that marquee, I thought Alder had adopted another persona. Or like
I thought that for a second too.
Yeah.
So I thought she was Elayne, and I thought she was going to be the one performing. So
I would pay good money for that.
Yeah, because again, like she is a professionally trained singer, so it would have been awesome to have seen her perform. And then, so once we are in the Two Rivers Roadhouse, they are able to locate Kalita. One time I called Kalita. Oh wait, yeah. One time I got the two like combined, and I accidentally called Kalita Kadil.
A good one.
But so they are finally reunited, and I don't know, but did anyone else feel like her reaction to like reuniting with her brother was kind of underwhelming?
She definitely seemed very chipper, but I don't know if that was the effects of already being in the bar for a long while.
Okay. And then they ask Kalita, oh, what are you doing here? How did you get here? And then she turns, and then this was in the trailer. They all turn, and then she's back, and oh my God.
Yeah. So looking good.
I wish they hadn't shown that in the promo for it, because that would have been
awesome surprise.
A really good reveal, right?
Yeah.
So Dani, what else can you say about Alder's Alder being there at Two Rivers Roadhouse.
Those are actually some of my favorite scenes in this episode. I loved Tally in this episode, and her reaction to seeing Alder, like her face was just expressing so many emotions at once. Like, kudos to Jessica Sutton. She's such an amazing actress. Like,
yeah, her face went on an adventure.
Yeah, it was like, first it was like shock, surprise, and then it was like some relief, and then like this longing, like when she was looking at Alder, especially when she like when Alder approached the bar and she had ordered her nachos, and Tally was like, how are you here, you know? And Tally's just like really searching her face, and just like, and she actually like reaches out to like touch her, but she ends up not doing it. I don't know if you guys caught on to that, but yeah, it was just, I love seeing that from Tally. And yeah, and then we learned something huge about Alder and Kalita, that they are two stewards of the first song. So they both have two pieces of the song. I'm assuming there's a total of 6 pieces. And so they both have the same mission. And like, I knew something was up with Kalita. I knew, like, you know, there's something really special about her that they've been sort of alluding to. And now we finally are getting a little bit more of that. Yeah. And then I guess the other thing, like if we pull it back just a little bit, that moment when Abigail and Tally and Adil walk into the bar and they see Kalita, and, you know, Abigail and Adil run up to Kalita. Tally's kind of like hanging back. And again, her expression said so much. And I really feel like that was a big moment for her, because not only like was she relieved to have found Kalita, but she was also like, wow, like, you know, she's really honing in on her craft and accepting her gift as insight. And I think that probably helped to instill a little more confidence in her abilities.
Let's rewind to the beginning of the Roadhouse, because I totally forgot. But when Alder appears, she has a tray of shots, and she's like, drink this.
She does.
It'll, what did she say? Drink this, it'll make you feel better or something.
Something along those lines.
Yeah. So we are gonna do our second shot.
Because I just poured it.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna sit this one out. I don't think I can do anymore. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So
man.
Daddy, what are you having again? I'm turning red. It's the Asian flush, guys.
This is the Glenmorangie 10-year Scotch.
Ooh.
Again, we are not sponsored.
Okay.
Glenmorangie, if you would like to sponsor us.
Right. And I'm having something called Largo Bay Coconut Rum.
Ooh, that's
I have no idea what that is. I just
sounds
have
real
a whole
sweet.
bunch of these random bottles in my fridge. So in honor of Alder serving drinks at the Two Rivers Roadhouse, we're gonna do another one. And my Pepsi as my chaser.
Cheers, you guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, down it.
Nope.
My nacho chaser.
You guys are beasts.
Mm.
Can't hang like that.
So good.
Not anymore.
Oh, I can taste the coconut. So, but Alder has this huge plate of nachos brought to her by the bartender. And then she takes a bite of it. And then, okay, we have to reenact it. Okay, Dani?
Okay.
Right? You remember what you did? Okay.
Nope.
It's got to be the best thing you've ever tasted. Because it's been over 300 years probably since she's tasted food.
Okay.
Right?
You ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I'm jealous. I want nachos right now.
So good.
And she goes,
And then she shushes Tally. She's like, shh.
Right. Yeah. And then she says,
like, let me enjoy this food. It's
been
like hundreds of years.
This is the first time I've had these. These are really good.
What do you think?
They asked if I wanted like double meat. I'm like, no, that's too much meat. So
how many stars do you give it?
Huh?
How many stars do you give it?
How many stars? I'll probably know when I've only had like maybe like 4 chips so far, so I'll probably know.
Yeah.
Christina, you're missing out. I feel so
I
bad.
know. No, it's okay. I've had so many Taco Bell nachos.
Okay.
I
How
get
about
Taco Bell
next
all the
week?
time.
We
It's
like
not good.
next week we'll figure out what to eat while we and drink while we record.
So I think Kalita and Alder are suspicious that this person might have a piece of the song. And so they're there for the show, right? Her performance. And then when that lady starts singing, when Elayne starts singing, and everyone in the bar goes into this like crazy state of like euphoria, and then Tally again.
Tally's
like,
my favorite. Oh my goodness.
Stole the show for me this episode. She really did. She like takes off her jacket and then she like does some spins. She's like whipping her hair around. I'm like, yeah. Tally, go.
She's grooving. She's got some moves.
Yep. Yeah, and her and Abigail are just like totally letting loose and having fun, and that was a great scene.
Right. Even though it's like not real, it's really cool to see them have a moment of like fun.
Yeah, totally.
And this was the song that was causing her to do that, right? She didn't take any drugs, did she?
No.
Okay.
Not until later.
Okay. I'm so buzzed right now, guys.
That's why I stuck with one.
And then I have to edit this thing right after, guys. Oh my god.
Awesome. It's gonna be so good.
So then after that, Alder and Tally, I think, right? They go to the back because Elayne is going back to her trailer. I think it's the trailer. And then Alder asks her, "Oh, how did you learn that song?" or something, right? And the Elayne goes, "I don't know what you're talking about." And then Alder does this thing with her eyes. I don't know, Christina, if you've seen the show Vampire Diaries.
Oh, yes.
That reminded Dani, have you seen Vampire Diaries?
I haven't seen that.
But there's like this thing with her eyes, it turns dark. Like, yeah. The vampires do.
That would have scared me. I would have ran
And
down.
that scares Elayne. So Elayne runs off. And then Alder and Tally, they go into the trailer and they're looking for stuff. And then do they find anything? I think Tally uses her something, right? Her vision or whatever to see stuff. And does she find anything in there?
They see that there's a lot of stolen seeds that are being contained in certain vessels, and they are looking for that piece of the first song. And I do believe that they find it. Tally takes it.
Yep.
Okay, sorry, can we pause? So Dani, sorry, so I don't eat beef or pork, right? And there's something dark in the nachos. I hope that's not like beef. I haven't eaten beef or pork in like over 20 years, and I'm scared.
Beans?
I don't know if this is like mushed beans.
Oh, yeah, they have beans on them usually.
Is it like mush though? Because it's like mushy.
Yeah, they're refried.
It should be refried beans.
Okay, so do you have that in yours too, Dani?
Okay,
but is it like mushy though?
Yep.
Okay. Because I specifically told him no beef, please, because I don't eat beef or pork. So okay.
The beef is pretty orangey from there. So.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is orangey.
Okay, sorry to divert us, but I'm like
I just spilled some nachos on the floor.
I get really scared when I eat beef or pork. Wow. Oh, this is so good. Christina, do you have like any snacks to like snack on? I feel so awkward.
Please eat with us.
I've got some candy.
Here we go.
Is there anything that you can like snack on?
I can have a blow pop. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, where were we? So Tally finds the first song, she finds a piece of the first song.
Yes.
Yeah.
We also, in that scene, we learn that there's not much time because the mycelium is in bad shape. The mother is in bad shape. And it's also affecting Alder. Like she seems really sick.
Not good because she just came back.
Yeah. And then also it ties back to the last episode where Alvin Hurst mentions getting the first song. So the Camarilla is definitely after the first song. And then of course, later on in the episode, we find out that Elayne has been killed, not her tonsils. Oh my God, her vocal cords have been taken. And the Camarilla took all the vessels.
Yeah, not good.
So Oh my gosh, so
And
bad.
a lot of seeds.
So bad.
Okay, Christina, what flavor is that lollipop?
Oh, cherry. It's a cherry blow pop, the best one.
Oh, fun. Okay. So this portion of the song that you're talking about, is this kind of like a Horcrux situation where they're collecting portions of the first
kind
song?
of.
Yes.
Are there like
Sense.
portions of the song like scattered throughout the world or whatever that they have
They've
to
been divvied up between the 6 women that we saw on the first episode.
Okay.
And they went all over the world in different directions, right? To bring human language to people. And so with that, they carried their portion of the seed. So that it's been passed down, I think, through their lineage, is what I'm gathering.
Okay.
And we still have yet to discover which leading lady is somehow connected to that 6.
Okay. Everyone who's watching, I swear I love the show. It's just so hard for me to follow sometimes. Because like I mentioned before, I mainly just watch for like the relationships and stuff. So this is why I depend on Christina and Dani to like tell me like everything else that's going on. So it's good to have them because they get to fill me in on all the other stuff that's going on. So thank you, Christina and Dani. I really appreciate
You're so welcome.
Yes, of course.
So the next thing is like, so how will like, so with this scene, I don't know if you've already talked about this, Dani, but how do you think Tally will use it?
How will she use the seed? I don't know. We don't know yet. So obviously the group gets captured by the marshals. The marshals are able to track them down, and Tally surrenders herself. But before he does, she like tucks it away in her pocket. So no one knows that she has it besides Alder at this point. And they end up at that chateau, and maybe it will help them to escape. I don't know. We're gonna find out.
Okay.
I don't know if Tally even knows what to do with it.
Right. I think she's
Yeah.
gonna protect it for sure.
Yeah.
Do everything she can to protect it.
And then poor Scylla, she tries to contact
my
Rael,
God.
summoning
Tries
the
so hard.
cat, and she's with Nicta.
I cried.
Yeah. And so like side note, so she's with Scylla is with Nicta. And then side note on that. So, you know, last season, at the season finale, when Nicta joined the trio, I was really excited to see a lot more of her this season. You know, Arlen, I was excited to see Arlen. So I don't know if there was like a scheduling conflict or something, but I'm kind of no offense to the other actress. She is great. I've seen her in other stuff. I can't remember. But I'm not sure why they're not utilizing Arlen that much this season. Do you guys know why?
I actually don't.
Okay.
I don't know why.
And then, so I don't know if it's like like I said before, I don't know if it's like a scheduling thing, but I think something happened where they wrote the season to where, you know, she's just using this alternate face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I was kind of bummed because I think Arlen is badass, and that scene in the last episode where, you know, the bat thing with the helicopter, I thought that was so amazing. But yeah, I really hope that we get to see more of her this season. But back to Rael. So she and Nicta, they find like this barn or something, and that cherry lollipop looks good, Christina.
Sorry about it. It's quite great.
It looks really good. And then they find out that the marshals are like closing in on them. And then Dani, like, can you explain, like, so they find a way to like try to throw them off a little bit. What do they do to like try to throw them off?
Yeah. So just to let you guys know, my Wi-Fi is messed up a little bit. So I might
You froze for a little bit.
I might freeze.
Yeah.
My apologies. I'm actually getting something soon to fix that. But so Nicta and Scylla, they realize that the way that the marshals are tracking them is by their voices. So when they use their seeds, or when I think even when they're speaking, that's how they're finding them. So Scylla, once again, coming up with an awesome idea, like on the spot, she summons her crows and has the crows sort of fly off in the other direction. And you can hear like Scylla's voice sort of being echoed from the crows. And so it allows them to sort of evade the marshals for a little bit, right?
For a hot second.
For a hot second. Yeah.
And then eventually the marshals catch up to them.
Yeah, because they get sloppy and let their guard down and fight each other.
That was a very there was a few emotional scenes in this episode, and that was definitely one of them. Because Scylla is like so desperate to make a connection with Rael because she wants to believe that she's okay.
Yeah.
And she's been trying to be so strong and optimistic. And so she like, you can tell that she had been at that for a long time, trying to summon that death cap from the dead crow. And so when she goes back to it, Nicta's like, no, don't, because, you know, obviously it's going to bring the marshals back to them. But Scylla was like, I'm going to do it. Like, F you. You know, gives her a shove. And then Nicta's like, oh, hell no. And then I'm frozen.
I know you came back. You're good.
Anyways, and then, okay. And then Nicta dissolves the poor crow, and Scylla's like, oh my God.
Yep.
And then they brawl. And I don't blame her. I would have kicked Nicta's ass too. Like,
yeah.
That was so messed up, guys. Oh my God. Right? Oh, that was so sad.
It was.
You don't get in the way of true love like that.
And they get caught by the marshals. So that's pretty crazy. Do you think they would have been caught if they had not been fighting?
I feel like eventually they would have, but not that night, not in that moment. I think the crows was a brilliant diversion that would have given them some more time.
And then so Tally surrenders. She kind of like you know, hands up. And then they go to their headquarters. I don't know where they go, but I don't know if you guys noticed, but the interior. So you know how they're all brought into that one place, right? I swear that interior is the same set as the Bellwether Mansion. It looks so familiar, but
I didn't even notice that.
It wouldn't surprise me if it was just stripped down and decorated differently.
Yeah. I was like, wait, isn't this the like Bellwether house, Bellwether Mansion? So yeah, the group is taken into the mansion somewhere in the session, and they await their fate. And then Dani, can you talk about what Scylla's going through at that moment?
Yeah, so poor Scylla, like I said earlier, she's been trying to be so strong and so optimistic about Rael and what might be happening with her. And I think just the failure to connect to Rael, like she was so certain that she could, and then to get caught because of what went down with Nicta. There was also this part where Nicta said something to her. She said, like right before they got into that fight, she said, it's sweet how much you love her, but it's made you weak. And Scylla's response was, Rael's what has caused me to live. And so I think like they're so bonded, you know, and to not be able to reach her and know that she's okay. Like, I think it's finally cracked Scylla, and she breaks down and she's just like, I'm so sorry. You know, she feels like she's not only failed Rael, she's failing herself, but she's also failing Rael's best friends, Tally and Abigail. And yeah, that was a very sad moment for Scylla. But thank goodness, like she has Tally and Abigail to be there for her and be like, it's okay, you know, we're here for you. And I don't think that's something that Scylla has really had before, to have like a sisterhood like that.
Yeah, and those three haven't really bonded much as like the three of them. So that was something that, even though it was super sad and like heartbreaking, it did bring them close together, and
Totally.
I think will strengthen their trust in each other and their bond from here on out.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. We also get to see like a moment of weakness for Hurst, which is the first time I've seen, right? So the whole time, like I thought he was like one of like the highest people, but then there is this lady, I think Dani, her name is, like you said, was it Cara
Cara Brandt.
her brand. So there's this whole scene where he is with her in her office and she is just like taking control and he looks like so like defeated and
So
like
small.
vulnerable.
Mhm.
And it was very interesting to see that side of him.
Mhm.
And so yeah, and then he becomes unhinged, right? Like
Yeah.
he throws the stuff
Mhm.
on the thing and then he gets on the phone and he's like, okay, it's time. So get our number one specimen. So Christina, can you talk about that next scene where he's ready to go under the knife? And yeah, can you talk a little bit about that?
Let me see. I haven't rewatched that part again, but from what I can remember, he's just on an operating table next to a witch who is very conscious and awake and aware of what's about to happen to her. And he's ready for something crazy. And then he just grabs the knife and starts it himself.
Mm.
And it was kind of gross.
Okay, I was so confused at that scene because I was like, is that Isadora? It is, you know what I mean?
No, it
No.
wasn't.
No, it wasn't. Okay, I was like, wait, is that who I
No.
think it is? Because that would have been crazy,
Mhm.
especially what happens
Okay.
after, because we find that she's dead and her vocal cords have been like torn off.
Mhm.
And then, do you have anything to add to that, Dani? That part?
No, I guess the only thing I would say is that, and you already said it, he's become so unhinged. I think he's really, he's taking it to the next level because, this whole thing about witches being, he refers to them as beasts in that scene, actually, the unclean. And so it just kind of shows you how far he's willing to go to destroy this community. Like he's willing to become one, basically, in a way, right? It's sort of like a Frankenstein witch, but yeah, he's like willing to make himself unclean for the cause. And anyone who's willing to go to those sort of lengths, anyone who is that much of an extremist, like they're super dangerous.
There's no talking them off the edge.
There is a sneak peek that was released by Freeform where President Wade is informed by Anacostia and Isadora that, Vice President Silver is involved with the Camarilla. And I think that was the same sneak peek where, is that the sneak peek where she goes, he killed his own daughter? Is that okay. So then President Wade makes a decision to push up her press conference or whichever to the nation that she's going to be vetoing VP Silver's bill, and that he will be undergoing a criminal investigation for his daughter's death. And then, so can either of you guys talk about, because, Anacostia and Isadora, they're thinking, oh, this is a bad decision, right? So can either of you guys talk about on that? Why is it a bad decision for her to go that route?
We already know now, like from the last episode, she's the Camarilla's number one target. So this is her going out and publicly stating it. And if she does that, she's going to get support. And that's going to be more opposition for the Camarilla to have to face, I think. So I think they're really worried about the Camarilla doing something to her, either during the address, before the address, anything like that, to prevent it.
And knowing that she will be targeted, the military puts security in place, and we see M, and it's so awesome that we get to see them I love that they're using M a lot in this season.
Yeah, they're getting a lot more screen time.
A lot of M, which is awesome. And so M is on the lookout, or whatever they call it, and then M uses, what is that thing called? Is that a fetch or whatever? What is it what is it?
It's
to
not
communicate
yeah.
with Anacostia and the dude.
Sterling.
What is it called?
Sterling. Oh, his name is Sterling.
Okay.
Sterling Woodlot.
I forget what it's called, but it's like comms. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So M is trying to communicate with them, and they're not responding. So M is like, oh my God, what's going on? So M like runs through the rooms and they're disappeared. But was that a trail of blood that I saw? Right? And then M is like, oh, what's going on? And then M runs to the president. And then I think that's when M realizes, oh, it's the camera crew that's like undercover or whatever. So
Can I just say something about that real quick?
Absolutely.
All right. So I think it's a thing. The Camarilla, they wear black turtlenecks. Like, like when we see Alvin Hirsch show up at his office and Kara's there, he's wearing like a black turtleneck. And then when we first see, like later on, when we first see Wade in her office and they're getting all the cameras and stuff set up, the camera shot sort of follows this camera person who's wearing a black turtleneck. And I had this thought where I was like, ooh, that's not good. And then sure enough, like it turned out to be Camarilla. Yeah. So watch out for those turtlenecks. Don't trust them.
That's awesome that you caught up in that. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So smart. Dani, you're so smart. And then something big happens at the end of the episode. So as soon as M realizes what's going on, they cut to a shot outside where there's a news reporter and she's reporting the news. Then all of a sudden this big explosion happens. And I know it's a terrible like explosion, but it was so pretty. Right?
I'm pretty sure it was a witch bomb.
It was pink and it had like mushrooms. So what is a witch bomb though?
That's what Rael and Abigail did at the end of the
season 1, right?
Season. Yeah. That they should have died in and they didn't.
Okay. And then inside the building there were a lot of important people. Not that anyone else was not important, but so we don't know what's going on with M because M was there. Then Anacostia and Sterling, so we still don't know where they are. But I think Dani had mentioned like in the trailer, you see that they're like in that little glass cage, right? Yeah. So at least we know they're okay. So that's good.
Well, they're not okay because they've been
right.
They've been taken captured.
They're alive. They're alive.
Not at the moment.
But the ending, so someone appears to be dead, right?
So sad.
And that's President Wade.
That can't be true. I'm not going to believe it.
I don't want her to be dead, but I think she probably is, just because they're going to put Silver probably as president and the Camarilla will. And that's,
I don't like that theory at all.
No, it's going to be crazy and bad, but I think that's where it's going.
Okay.
But wait. What about the double wedding? We need Wade to officiate them. The two couples.
That's where I don't know if that was real.
In that,
oh my god,
was that her in the thing that was officiating it?
I'm about to pour another shot. This is stressing me out, you guys. Sorry.
But, I don't know. She looked kind of, I hope she's not, but
maybe they'll have some work that can heal
fingers
her.
crossed she's not, because I love her. Like, again, I love Moesha. And she's also on another show called Abbott Elementary on ABC.
Oh, yes, I love that so much.
Everyone's talking about, which is really good.
Oh, you should watch it.
Okay.
It's on Hulu right now too. You can watch it there.
Okay, cool.
So Dani, what do you think about this witch bomb? Does that mean that, anyone comes back?
I mean, it could be Rael coming back. If she did it, it could be her coming back. I would really like her to come back already. Especially for Scylla's sake. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out next episode.
Yeah, see, I'm worried that somehow the Camarilla figured out how to replicate or almost replicate the witch bomb, and I feel like that was them who did that explosion.
No, you're killing me with these theories, man. No, but you might be right. I'm just too optimistic.
I mean, especially because it didn't necessarily look as much of a welcoming presence, that witch bomb, as like Rael and Abigail's. It didn't look quite the same.
Yeah, and why would Rael blow up
exactly
White House? That was the White House, right?
Yeah, or wherever
they were when they were doing the press conference. Yeah.
Okay, this is totally like off topic, but so in my room, I have this lamp or projector that projects like aurora borealis on my ceiling or whatever.
Ooh, pretty.
I think it would be cool if they made one for like a witch bomb, like it was like pink, and they had
Yeah.
you had like little mushrooms that you could put over your room, and that would glow too.
That'd be cool.
That'd be
That would be
super
so
cool.
Yeah. Okay. So, what are you guys hoping for the next few episodes?
I need to have Raylla reunited, please.
Mhm,
Yes, please.
mhm,
I don't want any of our favorites to die or get injured or get hurt emotionally in any way. I
mhm,
know that's inevitable, but I don't
mhm.
want it.
I think another thing that I want to see is more union of Earth and Sky.
Yeah.
That's badass.
Yeah, and what that really means.
Mhm,
Yes.
Who it's between, really.
mhm.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't wait to find out which of the leading ladies has a piece of the first song. Like, I keep trying to make a guess, but I just don't know.
All right. So, Dani, how are you feeling after those 2 shots?
Well, great.
Great.
I'm so happy right now with my nachos and
Yeah. I haven't drank in like forever, so this is like I'm already like buzzed and stuff. And then Christina will join us next week for a few drinks. Yes. And then yep. So okay, let's show our nachos again, Dani.
I have this.
And then yes, pop the cherry
lollipop.
lollipop. So once we get off screen, I'm gonna devour this. Me and Dani, we're gonna devour our nachos. Then I'm gonna try my best to edit this video because I'm super like buzzed right now.
Good luck.
And thank you everyone for watching. And I'm sorry, like I kept going back and forth, like this whole but I love Christina and Dani because they keep me on track and they keep me informed on the show because there are lots of stuff that I don't understand. So without them, like I would. Yeah, so they're really helpful. And so I thank you to Dani, Christina. You guys are awesome. I'm going to start to cry. It's because I'm starting to get drunk.
You get emotional. I love that.
You're gonna cry.
That's the best job ever. Like to be able to nerd out on a show that I love. I'm like,
yeah,
love it. I'll do that.
So thanks everyone for watching. Please follow us on Twitter. Use it's PopWireNet and WitchSlapped on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. And then also use the hashtag WitchSlapped. Send us a message, please, because we want to be able to read some of your messages on here. And then also, eventually we want to get one of you guys to come on and join us for like a little bit and to talk about the show. And you know what, Dani, I think maybe we should get some fan art next week. What do you think about that?
Oh my god, yes, let's do it. Let's not know who it's gonna be, but I think we know who we want for the first one.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So yeah, leave us a message on WitchSlapped. Let us know what you want to see. Then we also still need a tagline or a slogan to end our episodes.
Oh yeah, we do.
Right?
Help us out, guys, please.
Send that out to us. And yeah, I think that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is Rowell with my nachos.
I'm Christina.
And I'm Dani.
All right, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.